A very good morning, all of you. Hope everybody is there in front of your systems and the mobile phones or the mobile phones. I repeat, hope everybody is there in front of your systems or the mobile phones so that we will continue our class of learning your applets. हम लोग आज के दिन में हम लोग अपना एप्लेट्स के बारे में देखते हैं और आज हम लोग अपना एप्लेट्स फिनिश कर लेते हैं and from tomorrow we will see your Java X. And if possible, if we complete quickly our applets today, then we will start Java X theory today. आज के क्लास में हम लोग अपना एप्लेट्स ख़त्म करने के लिए देखते हैं और अगर हमारा कुछ यानी UX का अगर कुछ ज़्यादा रहेगा तो हम लोग अगर कुछ बच जाएगा तो हम लोग हमारा जावा एक्स भी हम लोग आज के क्लास में देखते हैं. So we have our training schedule. The training is scheduled from Monday to Saturday and 50 a.m. to 1 p.m. I repeat everybody, we have our training scheduled from your Monday to Saturday and 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. I'm repeating it. We are going to have our training from Monday to Saturday and from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. मैं फिर से रिपीट कर रहा हूँ, हमारा सेशन मंडे से लेके सैटरडे तक होएगा और हमारा टाइम है 11:30 टू 1 पी एम, यानी 11:30 बजे से लेके हमारा 1 बजे तक सेशन चलता रहेगा. एंड इफ यू हैव एनी क्वेश्चंस यू कैन पुट इट इन योर रेस्पेक्टिव कैजाला ग्रुप. अगर आपको जो भी क्वेश्चन आएगा वो वाला ग्रुप में आप पोस्ट कर सकते हो. If you have any questions, you can put it in your Kaisala group so that we can answer it. And please make sure that you are putting it in your Kaisala group after the session and before 5 p.m. जो भी क्वेश्चन आप अपने कैसाला ग्रुप में पूछ रहे हो, ध्यान रख लीजिएगा कि आप सेशन के बाद और 5 बजे से पहले पूछ रहे हो. एंड जहां जहां पे ज़रूरत होगा ऑन टाइम सबमिट करना होगा. I repeat, wherever it is required, we'll give you the assignment and you are supposed to complete the assignment and submit us on time. And regarding the registrations, people who haven't done the registrations, we would request you to complete your registrations from the link shown on the screen. अभी तक जो लोग अपना रजिस्ट्रेशन नहीं किए हैं, सब है कि आप अपना रजिस्ट्रेशन प्लीज कर ले. प्लीज रजिस्टर फ्रॉम द लिंक शोन ऑन द स्क्रीन. जो लोग अभी तक रजिस्ट्रेशन नहीं किए हैं, आपसे ये निवेदन है कि आप अपना रजिस्ट्रेशन जो लिंक अभी स्क्रीन पे दिखाया जा रहा है, यहाँ पे हम लोग एप्लेट के बारे में और ध्यान से देखेंगे. We will now try to learn about your applet in order to create. Yesterday we have created something called your paint application and we have also seen our timer. So we have got a clock created with the application. Now what we will do in today's class, we will try to create a simple calculator. We will try to create calculator with the help of your applet. आज के क्लास में हम लोग अपना एप्लेट को यूज करके अपना कैलकुलेटर बनाएंगे. We will try to create a calculator with the help of our applet. So हम लोग इसी एग्जाम्पल को हम लोग अपना नोटपैड से भी कर सकते हैं या फिर हमारा IntelliJ IDE भी यूज करके कर सकते हैं. Now we are using it with the help of IntelliJ IDE. I am creating it with the help of my template. I am giving the name as applet my sample new, and I am creating a fresh new folder. This is where I wanted to create my calculator with the help of applet. अभी मैं applet यूज करके मेरा अपना कैलकुलेटर बनाना चाह रहा हूँ. सो मेरा सिंपल कैलकुलेटर में क्या होएगा, व्हाट डू वी हैव इट इन सिंपल कैलकुलेटर. See, once we are going ahead and putting it, See, once we just go ahead and write our code, we will try to put our code over here. So in order to start with your code, in order to write our application, first we'll understand how the calculator will look. So once we just go ahead and look at our regular calculator, you have a text field where you get the input, where you get the output, you have a text field, you have a text box, and then you have some buttons to click on it so that the action is performed. Once I click on 8, 8 gets printed. So that's how once you click on it, then you have a button which is sending the information from your button to your text box. Now we will first look at a simple example where once you click on a button, the text should go and place into it. हम लोग पहले ऐसा एक छोटा सा एग्जाम्पल करेंगे जिसमें हम लोग सीखेंगे जब भी बटन पे क्लिक करते हैं तो बटन का कंटेंट यहाँ पे लाना है. This is how we wanted to create a simple example. Once you wanted to look at a simple example, we will now understand how we can get the button on the text into your text field. टेक्स्ट फील्ड में जो टेक्स्ट आना चाहिए वो कैसे आएगा, वी विल ट्राई टू लुक एट इट नाउ. अभी हम लोग क्या करेंगे, वी विल ट्राई टू राइट अ सिंपल प्रोग्राम हियर. इन ऑर्डर टू वर्क ऑन इट, एप्लेट को यूज करने के लिए हम लोगों को दो पैकेजेस यूज करना है. टू क्रिएट एप्लेट वी आर यूजिंग टू पैकेजेस. वी विल यूज import java.applet, and the second one that we will use import java.awt star. We wanted to have awt also, and then we wanted to have events also, because button click का event होना चाहिए यानी action perform होना चाहिए. In that case we use import java.awt you have something called event.star, so that you get all kind of events. Yesterday we have seen something called action listener and we have been working. So अभी हम लोग अपना main class में applet को use कर रहे हैं. We are using applet in our main class, so we will extend applet. हम लोग applet यूज कर रहे हैं, इसलिए हम लोग यहाँ पे applet को एक्सटेंड कर रहे हैं. applet क्लास का सपोर्ट ले रहे हैं हमारे मेन क्लास में, इसलिए हम लोग applet को एक्सटेंड कर रहे हैं. And then after that we need to have our default methods. So what are the default methods that we use with applet? applet में जो default method यूज करते हैं वो मेथड कौन कौन से हैं? दो मेथड को यूज करना है. एक मेथड है हमारा अपना init मेथड, दूसरा हमारा पेंट मेथड. अगर कुछ पेंट करना चाहते हैं, अगर कुछ स्टाइल देना चाहते हैं, अगर कुछ ग्राफिक्स यूज करना चाहते हैं तो हम लोग अपना पेंट मेथड यूज करते हैं. अगर हमको ग्राफिक्स नहीं चाहिए तो हम लोग इनिट मेथड यूज करके इनिशियलाइज करके हम लोग यूज कर सकते हैं. सो हमारे पहले हमको चाहिए बटन, बिकॉज मुझे क्या करना है, मैं पेंट पे जाता हूँ टू एक्सप्लेन इट. सी आई नीड टू हैव ए टेक्स्ट बॉक्स and I need to have a button. I need to have a button like this. Now assume that the button is showing something called click. Now जब मैं इस बटन के ऊपर जब क्लिक करता हूँ, once I just go to my button, and click on this. Once I go to this button, once I go to my button and click on this, then immediately whatever the content that I have it here, that should be placed over here. यहाँ पे आना चाहिए होगा. Once I click on this button called click, then this click content should come into my text box. इससे भी पहले हम लोग कुछ और टेक्स्ट देते हैं. So what we will do, once I click on it, I should get the content called hello world first. I will put it as hello world first. जब भी मैं इस पे क्लिक करता हूँ, वंस मैं यहाँ पे बटन पे जब क्लिक करता हूँ, मुझे पहले हेलो वर्ल्ड दिखाना है. बाद में ये जो कंटेंट है यहाँ से लेके यहाँ पे जाना है. हम लोग अभी दो सैंपल करेंगे. फर्स्ट सैंपल क्या करेंगे, इन द फर्स्ट सैंपल वी विल ट्राई टू क्लिक ऑन द बटन. and then you should get a response. यहाँ पे response आना चाहिए. It should print hello. इसमें print होना चाहिए hello world. और दूसरा प्रोग्राम हम लोग करेंगे, the second program that we will do it, that once we click on your button called click, then you should immediately get a response click over here. In the text box, you should get it as click. This is how we wanted to get the two things. First program, we'll click on this button, then you'll get hello world. Once you click on this button, then this click should be placed into your text box. Now we will do this two programs. अभी हम लोग पहले देखेंगे बटन. हमको बटन चाहिए, so we are calling it as B1, and हमको एक text field भी चाहिए, so we are calling it as text field, then T1. अभी हमको क्या चाहिए, we need to click on the button, then you should go get the text as hello world. In that case we need to have button event. So button event जब चाहिए तो हम लोगों को क्या करना है, यहाँ पे implement, we should have action listener. Action listener, because when the action is performed, what is that you wanted to do, that should be added. Now what is that we need to do, we need to now go ahead and create public void init method. Init method should be created. Now in this init method, I will try to add my button and the text field. Now I will try to give my button, that is B1 equals to new button, and then I wanted to give the position to it. Where do I want to place it? So I want to place it at place my button at 50 comma 50, and then I wanted to give the width and height of it. So the first thing I wanted to give the width of it, I will give it as 60, and then I wanted to give the height of it. So I need to call the button, which I'm calling it as click. And after giving the button as click, now I'll have to set the boundaries. Now put it as my B1. If you think, if at all you want to write anything here, say hello, you can have hello by default also. So I don't want to have any text in that. Now I will just go ahead and put it as T1 dot set bounds, because I want to set the boundaries for my text field also. And then as 20 comma 20, and then I will give the width as 100 and comma to give the height as say 40, so that my text field is also created. Now what I need to add my button and also add my text field. Now I will do it as add of B1, so that the button is added, and once I put it as add of my T1, my text field is also added, or the text box is also added. Now after that I should also add my button listener or button action listener. So I'll put it as add, I should put it as my action listener, which is this action listener is for my button. So I'll put it as B1 dot action listener. Now this should be added to my layout. This is nothing but my applet. So I'm putting it as this, so that the applet is added with the action listener. And after that I wanted to create my method. So I will call my method as my action method. When I click on this button, what should I happen? That is written in action performed. I've got this method which is using something called your action event. It is using something called action event, and the action event is E. And then you just open it up. Now the error is removed. Now before writing any further code, I wanted to execute and see how my applet looks. Once I execute it, see I'm not executed with the applet. So once you look at it, the execution is finished and my applet is not executed. Reason being is I should configure my applet. So I just go to my edit configuration and I'll go to add and I'll call it as applet and I will name the applet as my applet. I'll name my applet as my applet and then I'll pick up my class. I will pick up my class from here. I will put it as main class and then I just apply it and click on OK. Once I do this and execute it, execute my applet, then see the applet got executed where you have the button and followed by your text box. See, you have got your button and the text box getting added. Now see, if you could look at, see the button is given with 50-50 and your text box is and width is given with 60 and your height is given with a 40. So as both of them height is given same, because of which the height is remaining the same. If at all I give the button as 100, now we'll see the button height is given as 100. Once I run this, then see the deflection will happen, the difference will be shown. So now once you just come back, I will put this first, I will put this T1 first. Now I'll just put it in the initial, I'll put it over here, then I will add T1 and then sorry, I will add this T1 before it. Now we'll just come back here and add your B1 also. Now we'll execute it again. Now see, the first control is your text box and then you have your button. This is how you can place your controls. See, there is one question which I have got it in YouTube saying that sir ये straight line में क्यों आ रहे हैं? Because we haven't set any layout to it. There are layouts also there in your applets, like your float layout, your different kinds of layouts are there. So the layout will talk about how you want to put your applet. So whether you want to float it where you wanted to put one control at a given position, or you want to put it in your straight line, you want to put it one after the other, so it will get adjusted. Now the applet is in auto adjusted mode where the applet do not have any kind of positioning to it. So you don't have any layout definition given, because of which it is set by default. So by default it is putting one after the other. Once the size increases, then it will be placed below it. So that's how it will get auto adjusted. So we have not fixed up any of the layouts. So those layouts can also be created. Like we have been writing, if you could remember, set layout in brackets we were writing it as null, because we are not talking about layouts. बिकॉज हम लोग हमारे एप्लेट में हम लोग लेआउट नहीं सीखते हैं, बिकॉज जावा एक्स में हम लोग एप्लेट सीखते हैं, हमारा लेआउट के बारे में सीखेंगे. इन दैट वी विल अंडरस्टैंड मोर अबाउट योर लेआउट्स. एज ऑफ नाउ डू अंडरस्टैंड वी आर यूजिंग एप्लेट टू शो द इंटरफेस. हम लोग अपना एप्लेट में इंटरफेस को शो करेंगे एंड बाद में इन डिटेल समझेंगे कि जब जावा एक्स कर रहे हैं, कल से हम लोग जावा एक्स का देखेंगे, जावा एक्स में स्विंग्स के साथ देखेंगे. देन हम लोग आराम से लेआउट सीखेंगे, पैनल क्या होगा, पैनल पे कैसे डालेंगे, ऑल दैट वी विल सी इन डिटेल इन आर जावा एक्स स्विंग्स, बिकॉज दैट इज व्हाट विल हेल्प इन योर फ्यूचर. अगर आपको अगर जॉब चाहिए होता है तो हम लोग मोर जावा एक्स के बारे में सीखना होगा. ये हम लोग इसलिए देख रहे हैं, एप्लेट इसलिए देख रहे हैं कि आपको समझ में आना चाहिए कि हमारा यूजर इंटरफेस कैसे बनेगा. टू हैव बेसिक्स वी आर लर्निंग दिस. बेसिक्स जब खत्म हो जाएंगे, आज हमारा बेसिक्स खत्म हो जाएंगे यूएक्स के बारे में, यूएक्स यानी यूजर इंटरफेस के बारे में. कल हम लोग यूजर इंटरफेस में वॉट एवर इज करंट ट्रेंड, आज का जो ट्रेंड है, आज का जो टेक्नोलॉजी है, उस पे हम लोग सीखना स्टार्ट करेंगे. कल से हम लोग अपना जावा स्विंग्स यूज करना सीखेंगे, राइट. सो आज हम लोग अपना जावा एप्लेट्स खत्म कर लेंगे, वेयर वी विल सी द बेसिक्स ऑफ हाउ यू कैन यूज एप्लेट. सो हम लोग बेसिक्स पे ही कॉन्सेंट्रेट कर रहे हैं. So this is how you have created your applet. अभी हमारा applet create किया है जहाँ पे एक text field है, एक button भी है. अभी हम लोगों को क्या करना है, जब भी हम ये बटन पे क्लिक करते हैं, सो वेन एवर वी क्लिक ऑन दिस बटन वी शुड चेंज द टेक्स्ट फील्ड. यानी हमारा टेक्स्ट फील्ड का नाम क्या है, T1. ये T1 का जो फील्ड है उसका जो टेक्स्ट है उसको सेट करना है. सो वी हैव समथिंग कॉल्ड सेट, समथिंग कॉल्ड टेक्स्ट. इन द सेट टेक्स्ट we will set it as hello world. With this I will be having my text called hello world whenever I click on my button. जैसा हम लोग इरेजर में कर रहे थे कल के दिन में, इसी उसी तरह हम लोग t1 डॉट सेट टेक्स्ट कर रहे हैं ताकि हमारा टेक्स्ट बॉक्स का जो टेक्स्ट है उसका वैल्यू रहेगा hello world. Otherwise we will also give the default as hello students. hello students. अभी जब भी क्लिक करते हैं तो हमारा हेलो स्टूडेंट्स हेलो वर्ल्ड बन जाएगा. सो अभी हम लोग जब इसको एग्जीक्यूट करेंगे तो यहाँ पे देखो टेक्स्ट बॉक्स के अंदर बाय डिफॉल्ट हेलो स्टूडेंट्स है. जब भी मैं इसको क्लिक कर रहा हूँ तो वो हेलो वर्ल्ड में बदल गया है. दिस इज हाउ वी कैन चेंज योर टेक्स्ट. whenever we click on this, the hello world, if at all you remove everything, I will remove everything. Once I click on this, I will get it as hello world again, because this click is given with hello world. Whatever the string that is here, that will be replaced with hello world. So that is how we use something called action event. The action event will be tied up with something called action listener. Whenever you give it as your action event E, in that you can set it as t1 dot your your set text is given with some particular text. Similarly, I can also give it as this dot set back color equal to, I want to give it as color dot say blue. Once I give it, see now what will happen. Once I go and execute it, once I execute my applet, once I click on it, it will try to change the background color, and also it will change it as hello students to hello world. अभी मेरा जो background color था white, that got updated because I have given it as blue. Similarly, इसके अंदर जो टेक्स्ट है, which is written it as click. Now I want to change it as I have clicked, which I want to change it as already clicked. Then I can just go ahead and put it as my b1 dot, I wanted to change it. What is that I wanted to change it? Set label. So whatever the label that we have it, यहाँ पे जो label है इसके अंदर जो लिख रहे हैं, whatever the label that we are using it, that should be updated. I will put it as button clicked. This is how I will use it. Once I run this, now if at all you look at it, once I click on it, then see it is changed, and the button is also showing button clicked, but see it is outside it. Button click is going out beyond it because my size is of I will put it as say 120. And once I run this, then see the text box says hello students. Once I click on it, see it says button. It is not changing it because of the width feature which is given earlier, which is all being stored. We'll have to repaint it. So we will just go ahead and put it as repaint. Now we'll run this. See, once I click on this, see it's not getting deflected because of the features that I have it in my IntelliJ IDE, but ideally it will get changed. In the notepad, if at all you do the same program, it gets changed. See, it says button clicked, or we button clicked, we'll put it as just clicked. Now once we run this, once I click on it, see it is now clicked, which means it is showing that it is already clicked, and it is updated to blue color, and you have it as hello world. So this is how you can change anything that you want. And if at all you want to disable, say I will put it as b1 dot your disabled. So disable is not working right now, is you can disable. So you can use something called disable. Now once you just go ahead and execute this, so once you click on this button, see after that you cannot click it. Once you click it, after that it is disabled. If you want to click it, it will not, you cannot click on it. It will be disabled. Once you click on it, it will be disabled. So that's how you can use. Similarly, you can put it as, yeah, similarly, you can do whatever the changes that you wanted to do it, you can do it with the help of your action event. The action event can help you in order to create multiple changes. Say I wanted to have the foreground color as some other color, which I can also set it. Once I just go back and set it, I'll put it as this dot for set foreground color. I'll put it as color dot red. Now once I just go ahead and execute it, see once I click on this button, so the button is disabled and you have blue color and there is no foreground color. There is nothing that is written. If there is something that is written, then that color would have been changed to red color. So if you want it, we can also look at, say we can put a label. I will take a label, put it as L1. I can put it as L1 and then I can just come back here. I'm sorry for this. There are a lot of notifications for today. All right. So we'll now just go ahead and look at it. Say if it is L1, L1 equals to new L1, that is label. And then I wanted to give some text to it. Say my text. Then after that, I wanted to give it as the boundaries L1 dot. I wanted to give it as set boundaries. I want to give the boundaries as 50 comma. I wanted to give it as 80 comma 80 comma. I want to give it as 100 comma 100 as the width and height. And then I wanted to give it as L1 dot add. Sorry, add of L1, so that you have got your L1 also added. Now once you just go ahead and look at it, see this is how you have got your text, my text. Once you click on it, see you have got your label created. Now there is no foreground color which is changed. See once you look at it, the foreground color is not there. You don't have anything which is in foreground. Everything is above your layer. So that's how you have got your controls being placed. So whatever the control that you want, you can place them with the help of your uh, add option with the help of init, and then you can just go ahead and repaint with the help of your paint options, right? So this is how you can just go ahead and work with something called your initialization option, initialization method, and your action event. Now I wanted to replace and get the text of my button into my text field. अभी मुझे क्या चाहिए, मुझे टेक्स्ट फील्ड का जो टेक्स्ट है वो यहाँ पे आना चाहिए. आई विल रिमूव दिस लेबल ऑल्सो. Now what I will remove this paint also. Now what is that I wanted to do is, whenever I click on, जब भी मैं इस क्लिक पे क्लिक करूंगा, तो जो भी यहाँ पे रहेगा, जो भी ये क्लिक पे रहेगा, वो मुझे अपना टेक्स्ट बॉक्स में दिखाना है. So whatever is shown in my text, my button, that should be placed into my text field. बटन के ऊपर जो रहेगा वो मुझे टेक्स्ट फील्ड पे चाहिए होगा. whatever is there on the button, that should be there in my text field. In order to get it, I will do it as b1 my text field, that is t1 dot set my label. You need to set your t1 dot text, that is t1 dot set text. I should set it with whatever I have it on my button, that is b1 dot get label. So whatever the b1 dot set text is there, that is trying to get the label of my b1. Once I run this, जब मैं इसको रन करूंगा, जब भी इसको क्लिक करूंगा तो क्लिक के ऊपर जो भी रहेगा वो मुझे ऑटोमेटिकली यहाँ पे आ जाएगा. सिमिलरली अगर मैं यहाँ पे देता हूँ 8, एक लेबल देता हूँ 8, जब भी इसको क्लिक करता हूँ, जब भी ये बटन 8 पे क्लिक करता हूँ तो मुझे यहाँ पे आ जाएगा 8. अभी समझो कि मुझे 2 बटन चाहिए तो 2 एक्शन लिसनर चाहिए होगा, तो इसमें एक्शन परफॉर्म में लिखना होगा this is t1 dot set text plus your next option also, that is 8 plus 7. So 8 plus 7 plus के लिए भी एक बटन चाहिए होगा. So you should put all of them one after the other with the help of your layout. So जैसा हम लोग अभी एक बटन क्रिएट किए हैं, इसी तरह 0 से लेके 9 तक हम लोगों को कुछ बटन क्रिएट करना होगा और बटन के साथ हमारा वैल्यूज, हमारा अपना सिंबल्स को भी ऐड करना होगा ताकि हमारा लेआउट बन जाएगा. सो हम लोग अपना लेआउट बनाएंगे पहले. वी विल नाउ ट्राई टू क्रिएट ए लेआउट. सो आई विल टेक ऑफ ऑल ऑफ दिस. नाउ होप यू हैव अंडरस्टूड हाउ टू क्रिएट ऑल ऑफ दिस. नाउ अभी हम लोग क्या करेंगे, अपना पूरा नया प्रोग्राम बनाएंगे. In this we will try to create our own code in order to create a particular, in order to create our own calculator. एक हमारा कैलकुलेटर बनाने के लिए हम अपना कोड लिखेंगे. In order to create calculator I need to have my applet, I need to have AWT, I need to have my events, and after that first I need to extend my applet with your applet and your action listener. हमारा क्लास को अपना applet से extend करना है और हमारा action event को भी लेना होगा. I've got applet and then implements my action listener. I should have my action listener. Now जब भी action listener रहेगा तो हमारा एक मेथड होना चाहिए. वो मेथड हमको एक्शन परफॉर्म्ड करके हमारा जो एक्शन कर रहे हैं उसका एक्शन परफॉर्मेंस वहां पे रहना चाहिए होगा. हमको 2 मेथड चाहिए होगा. वी विल कॉल इट एज पब्लिक void and we will call it as init method, which will talk about all of our initializations, and there is another method which is talking about our action being performed. So we'll call it as action performed and we are giving it as action event e and इसके अंदर हमारा action होएगा. So we have init over here which is giving me initialization and whatever the action that I want to perform, that is whenever I want to click on something what should I perform, that is there in your action. So आज हमारा क्लास 2 पार्ट्स में सेपरेट करेंगे. एक डिस्प्ले करने के लिए, एक हमारे बटन्स को, सारे बटन्स को डिस्प्ले करने के लिए और टेक्स्ट फील्ड में ऐड करने के लिए. तो हमारा डिस्प्ले पूरा एक बार करेंगे और एक्शन पूरा एक बार करेंगे. So we will separate our program into 2 parts today, where one part is to display like a calculator and the second part is to add functionality to it. That is whenever you click on addition it should perform addition, that is called functionality, and to display that it should look like calculator. So पहले हम लोग अपना calculator का displaying करेंगे. We will try to display our calculator first. So the first thing that we will do is we will try to set the background color. So we will set the background color, the color dot gray. We will put the gray color जैसा हमारा यहाँ पे दिख रहा है कैलकुलेटर. इसमें कैलकुलेटर जैसा ग्रे कलर में है, मुझे भी मेरा कैलकुलेटर ग्रे कलर में चाहिए तो मैं इसका ग्रे कलर बना दूंगा. I've got my color as color dot gray and after that मुझे कुछ लेआउट सेट नहीं करना है. So I will put it as set layout as null. I will put it as null in my layout. And after that I wanted to take up a value I which will talk about my integer values and all. So I will take up my value I as my integer value, and then I wanted to get the input. I wanted to get the input as a new field. So in order to have a text field, we will take up the text field over here. We will call it as a text field called input. I will call my text field as input because you will see all of your input over here, right? So we are calling it as input. This text field, whatever you see here, whatever we are seeing it here, once you open up your calculator, whatever you are seeing it here, see जब इस पे जाते हैं, it looks like your text field. This is all your text field that you are talking about. So now we will have our own text field also, which is input. Now we will try to declare it here. Input equal to new text field. जैसा हम लोग कर रहे थे t1 your t1 equal to new text field, इसी तरह हम लोग ले रहे हैं new text field. And after that we want to set the boundaries to our text field. We will put it as input dot, we wanted to set the boundaries to it. We will set the boundaries as set bounds, and we will give the boundaries as say 100 comma 100 comma, we wanted to give it as our 250 as the width of it, and we wanted to give the height as 50 to it, so that it looks like your text field. Now what I will do, I will just come back here and put it as add of, we will put it as your text field name, that is nothing but your input. Once we run this and see it, जब भी हमारा एप्लेट को रन करके देखते हैं तो ये आ गया है हमारा टेक्स्ट फील्ड जैसा हमारा कैलकुलेटर में दिख रहा था. सो एक मोटा सा टेक्स्ट बॉक्स जो दिख रहा था यहाँ पे, इसी तरह हमारा यहाँ पे टेक्स्ट फील्ड भी आ गया है. अभी इसके नीचे हमारा कैलकुलेटर चाहिए हमको. सो नाउ वी विल ट्राई टू पुट आवर कैलकुलेटर अंडर दिस. नाउ वी विल ट्राई टू हैव बटन एरेस. हमारा कुछ बटन एरेस क्रिएट करते हैं ताकि मल्टीपल बटन्स आ जाए. सो वी विल पुट इट एज बटन which is B array. Put the numbers starting from 0 to 10. In order to put the values from 0 to 10, that I wanted to do is I will now just go ahead and put it as for of I is equal, and then I wanted to ensure that it is less than 10, because I should have the digits that is 0 to 9. So I'm putting it as less than 10, and I will increment it by 1. So it will be a for loop where I get 1 by 1 values. Now I'll put it as button, whatever this variable that I've created, button of I, so which means is equal to 1. So instead of creating one after the other and adding it, I am creating it all together in the for loop. जैसा हम लोग क्रिएट कर रहे थे, बटन वन इक्वल टू b1 इक्वल टू न्यू बटन वन, वी आर राइटिंग इट एज योर click, and then you are writing it as again after that you are writing it as input your b1 dot set bounds. Instead of doing all of that, we are now writing it like this. Now what we will do, we will take it up and write it is equals to new button of, we wanted to give the value that I wanted to give it between your I value, that is 1 2 3 4 and so on. So we need to convert that into string. So we'll put it as dot value of, which will convert my integer value into a string. So I will call it as 9 minus I, which means once I give it, then 9 minus I will give me a value which is an integer value once I give it as 9 minus I. So 9 minus I for the first value, 9 minus 0, which is 9, then 8, then 7, then 6, then 5, then 4, so on and so forth. 9 to 0 you get all the values being displayed. So हमारा कैलकुलेटर में भी ऐसा ही डिस्प्ले होता है ना, 9 से लेके 0 तक डिस्प्ले होता है. अगर हमको 0 से 9 तक चाहिए तो हम लोग यहाँ पे डायरेक्टली आई लिख सकते हैं, लेकिन हमको 9 से चाहिए तो वी आर राइटिंग इट एज 9 माइनस आई, and after that we are writing it as your button of I dot set boundaries. जैसा हम लोग इनपुट डॉट सेट बाउंड्री बाउंड्स किए उसी तरह हम लोग इनपुट डॉट सेट बाउंड्स कर रहे हैं. नाउ वी आर गिविंग इट एज योर I wanted to set the position with respect to the value that I have given it here. So I am putting it as 100 plus I wanted to give the value whatever I value that I am taking it up. It is I modulus 3. So 0 modulus 3, which will be your 3 value, and then we wanted to multiply that with 50 so that it will be placed exactly with respect to the position. So I will put it as I modulus of 3 into 50, and all that I will give it as my first positioning. That is, my x positioning is given as 100 plus I modulus of 3 plus 50 into 50. So this is how I will give it. Now I will give it as comma. You have got your first value. So your first value, that is your x value, is given. Similarly, for the y also, I will give the same formula where I'll put it as 100 plus. I will use it as I modulus I by 3 plus I will give it as 50, and I will put everything, I'm sorry, I will put it as plus 50, and then I will put all of this in the quotes, and this should be given like this, and this should be multiplied, and then I should give a comma here. Now you have got your x and you have got your y, and after that I want to have the height as 50 comma 50 as a square. So once you look at this, this is how your button shapes and positioning is done. And after that, we are giving it as this dot your add of, we are giving it as your of your I, so that your button is added onto your applet. Once this is added, we wanted to also have an action listener, that is nothing but your action event. You wanted to have a method, that is whenever you click on a button it should perform your task. In order to do it, we need to have an action listener. So we will put it as your button of I dot, we will put it as action listener. So that is nothing but your add action listener, so that the action listener will be added. Now where do you want to add it? You wanted to have add it to your applet, so we'll put it as this. So this is how your applet will be connected with your action listener being utilized with your applet. Now once you go ahead and run your applet, then you will see all of your buttons getting added. See, this is how your buttons are added. See, but the buttons are added from 6, 5 and 4. It is because your value is starting it from such a kind of a value which is I value. So I value is starting from such kind of a value. Now if at all I increase it by 150 and put it as 150 here. Now once I now start executing it, now see, this is how you get it from your 9 to 1 as your buttons. So this is how you can place your layout. This is how you can create your grid one after the other. So this is what we are giving it to you. So if at all you put it more, if at all you make it 200 and give it as 200 in this formula, then if at all you execute it, then you see the buttons are again deflected. Say you have got it from 987654 only. If at all you still increase it and put it over here, once you again do it, then you see it is still getting deflected. So it depends as 150 over here and similarly 150 over here. Then you have all the values from your 9 to 1. So this is how your values are placed in your calculator. So starting from your 1 to 9 to 1, you have got all of your values which are being placed. And all of them, if you could look at, all of them are like squares. Reason being, it is given with 50 and 50 as the size of it. So that's how you have got all of your buttons added from your 9 to 1. Got it? And then after that, we will now try to go ahead and work with something called your declarations. So how you wanted to have your say formulas and all. Say if at all you wanted to use your multiplication operators, all of that, you can declare it with the help of your option. So now first we will now just go ahead and put it after the for loop. Now we have created the buttons. We have created the buttons which are from 9 to 1. Now we will put it button DAC equal to new button, which is for working with your options. So I'll put it as new button, and then after that I will call this as your dot for your decimal values, and then it should be given in double quotes because it should be given in strings only. So I am calling it as your decimal value, which is given in as dot, and similarly we should add this. So in order to add it, decimal dot set bounds, we'll have to set the boundary, and after that we need to give the positioning to it. So I am giving the positioning it as 200 comma, I'm calling it as 300 comma, I need to give again the square size, that is 50 comma 50. And after that, once you now execute it, now see you have got your decimal value also being added, but see you don't have any button because you haven't added it. To add it, we will now just go ahead and put it as this dot, we need to add your decimal. Once you now add it, now you have your button getting placed into your applet. See, once you open it up, see you have got your 0 and you have got your what we call it as decimal also placed over here. You've got your decimal placed over here. Now we'll just go back again. Now we will try to put our other fields also. So before getting into other fields, we'll have to get the action listener, that is DAC dot, we wanted to have an action listener, so we'll put it as action listener. Whatever the action listener that we have it, we need to put it onto the applet. So we'll put it as this because we want to put it to the applet. Now once that is done, then the action listener for your decimal is also created. Now we need to have something called clean. Again, I'll create another button. Button, we'll call it as delete del equal to new button. We'll call it as your D, or in calculate as del dot. We wanted to have an action listener. So we wanted to have action listener, which I wanted to have put it onto my applet. So this is how I've got my delete action listener also. Now once you execute it, see this is how once you pull it down, see you have got your C also being placed. Now this is used for your delete operation. Now I have got all my values from 9 to 0, and then you have got 1, and you have you have got your decimal value, which is dot, and then you have got your C also, which is to delete. And then you need to have the remaining buttons. The remaining buttons are for your operations operators. say like your multiplication plus division, all of that. Now we wanted to put them. We wanted to put all of that. So we will now just go back and take again another for loop in order to create your buttons. So we will call it as button, as we were taking buttons earlier. Now we'll take it as operator. Operator equals to, now again I'll take a list or an array, new equal to new button. Now how many operators that I wanted? I want 5 operators. I will use my 5 operators here. Now I'll call it as operator 1. Operator 0, I wanted to use it as my new button. I want to put the value, that is nothing but my slash. I wanted to give it like my slash. Similarly, operator 2, that is given as index 1 equal to new, and I want to give it as button. I want to give it as star for my multiplication. And then I want to give the next one operator. Again, I want to give it as 2 for the third one, and I'll give it as new button. I want to give it as my plus symbol. And then for the next operator, I will give it as the third option, fourth button, and then I will call it as new button, and in this I will give it as minus. And then the next one operator, I wanted to give the last one also, which is your 4. Fifth one is given with the index 4. You remember this, no? In arrays, the maximum value is n, then the index is n minus 1. So we will take the 4 as 4 and new button, and we will use it as equal to symbol. Now we will put it as equal to. Now we have got all of these operators also done. Now whatever I have my operators from 0 to 4, now I will use it as for of I is equals to 0, and then we will use it till I is less than 5, which is nothing but your less than 4 as my index values, and then I will use it as I plus plus. And then here I will try to use my values, or I will try to use my operator values. Sir, why I'm using it till your my I, why I'm using it till 4 only? Because I wanted to put these 4 values separately. So I wanted to put this 0 to 4 values separately, and then the fifth value I want to put it separately. So I will use it operator of I dot set bounds. I want to put these 4 values separately and the fifth value separately. So I'm putting it as 300 comma, after 300 I'm putting it. So 300 comma, I want to put it 150 plus, I want to give I into 50, so that it will be placed exactly in that particular position. And then I will give it as comma, then I wanted to have a square, so I want to give it as 50 comma 50. This is how my operator will be placed. And after that I wanted to add this to my applet, so I'll put it as this dot add. I want to put it as my operator of, I want to put it as my value that I wanted to have it. Then I'll put it as my I, so that it gets added. And after adding it, I want to also create an action listener. So I'll put it as operator, and then I'll put my, so dot add action listener. Now I want to put it to my applet, so I'll put it inside my applet. This is how you have got my action listener also created and my operators are also added. Once you execute it, see, you have got your operators are also added now. You have got all of your buttons and you have got your operators are also added. Now if you could just maximize it and see, you have got all of your operators and all of your buttons placed over here. Now if you could look at, you have got your slash, you have got your star, you have got your plus, you have got your minus. All of them are there like your buttons. Now what we will do, we will just go back and we will also have our equal to also. Now for equal to, we will put it as operator, which is your 4. Till now we are working with less than 4 only, which is 3. Now we are using operator 4 dot set bounds. We are giving the boundary to it. Now we are taking it as 350, and then we are using it as 300, comma, we are using it as 70, comma 50. This is exact positioning that we have seen, we have experimented. Now this is how it is, and then we are using it as this dot add off, and then we wanted to give it as your operator dot operator of your 4. So this is also getting added, and after that I need to have action listener, that is button click event. So operator of 4 dot, you wanted to have add action listener, and here we will put it as this. Now once you just go back and look at it, now once you just go back and look at it, see, once you look at this, see, you have an equal to symbol outside this. Now this is how you have your layout. So now you can have this layout where you can put it from the beginning also. If you want to make it like a bigger level button, so you can put it from a bigger level also. Say you can put it from the initial position, that is you wanted to have it from 150, then you can put it from 150 also. Say I'll put it as 150 over here and rerun it. Then once you just go ahead and look at it, it is placed behind this. So behind this 150 position, from this position it is placed behind it. Now I will just take this off, we will put it as 350 here, and we will now try to increase the height of it. Now instead of making it as 50, we will call it as 350. Now we will just go ahead and look at it. This is all experimenting and understanding how you want it. See, it is now there as a broader view, but you need to take it to the top. You need to put it to the top. Then it will be placed exactly. In that case, what we will do, we will make this also as 50, width as 50, and then we will try to take it to the top. In order to take it to the top, we will put it as 150 over here. This is all experimenting and seeing where it is there, so that you can put yourself exactly. See, now if you could look at my calculator, this is how it got placed. Now the height is more. Now it is placed exactly, but the height is more. So I will reduce and make it as 150. Now instead of making it as 350, I will make it as 150 as the height. Once I execute it, let me see how much is the size. Now see, exactly it is being placed. Now if you could look at it, it is exactly being placed. Once I maximize this and see it is, I need 50 more, so I'll put it 200. So I will just go back, I will put it as 200 in size. Now this is exactly placed. Now once I look at my calculator, this is exactly placed, but the problem is my text box is towards my left, so I should put my text box towards my right. So what I will do, I will just go back to my text box where I have created. So this is where I have created my bounds. Instead of 100, I will call this as 150, and I will retain it. Once I run this, now once you just go back and look at it, now see, it looks exactly like my calculator, which is exactly placed. So this is how you can create your calculator with the help of different buttons. So this is how we create your user interface to create my calculator. Now this is how I place my calculator where I have got my text field where I've got all of this. All of these buttons are working now. Now I should use my action listener. I should use my action listener. I should use my action performed method in order to write my logic so that all my calculations are performed. All my calculations are performed, right? So we will try to look at that. Now it is already more than 1 hour. We will try to take a break of 5 minutes, and after that we will understand how we can create our action performed method. I repeat everybody, we will get into the logic, we will get into the creation of logic of your calculator after the break. We will now take a break of 5 minutes, and in this 5 minutes I would request everybody to give your attendance. हम लोग 5 मिनट का ब्रेक लेते हैं, ब्रेक में हम आप लोग अपने अपने अटेंडेंस दे देना, बाद में हम लोग अपना लॉजिक देखते हैं. We'll look at our logic in the after the break. I would request everybody to give your attendance during the break. We will connect in next 5 minutes. Thank you. So hope everybody have given your attendance. So we'll continue now. So in order to write your logic, now we'll try to take two numbers and one operator. Because when you want to perform any calculation, then what you will do, a number, an operator, and a number. So you get an outcome. Similarly, a number and then operator and another number. So two numbers are used between an operator. So we'll try to now take, so we'll just go ahead and declare globally. Say we'll declare some strings. String your number one equals to empty, and then we'll declare another string number2 equals to empty, and then we will declare the operator, that is string opr equals to empty. We are not declaring it, we have just declared it, we haven't initialized any value. Now we will try to perform the actions in our method called action perform. Here we will now try to get the values from the buttons. We will try to get the values from the buttons. So the values of the buttons are listed. See, यहाँ पे values तो है बटन के अंदर, बटन के अंदर 9 है, 8 है, 7 है, you can see all of it. Now अभी हमको क्या करना है? So once we look at it, उस value को access करना है. We need to get those values. In order to do it, we will now put it as string button equal to whatever we are getting it with the help of action event e. So we will now use it as e dot get action command. So whatever the command that you are receiving it from, yes. So we will now just go back and look at, after that we will now take character ch, where we will try to compare it with the button, is equals to your button dot character at 0 for the first index. Whatever you get it is being captured. Now what we will do is, what is this character? If the character is greater than 0 and less than 9, in that case you can also use something called your dot operator, either of it. If it is 0 to 9 or a decimal point, then you try to take it and then perform an action. In that case, what kind of action that you want to perform is listed out in the actions that we wanted. So we will go with one by one action. So the first action that we would write it, say if this character ch that we are taking it, if it is greater than or equal to 0, that is nothing but your character 0, and which is less than, that is ch is less than or equal to your character 9. In that case, or if the character is equal to your decimal point, that is your dot, in that case what is that you are supposed to do? Then obviously these are your numbers or the decimal values. So I have put it more, ch is greater than or equal to, and ch is equal to dot. So which is my character? No, I am putting it as a string. I'm sorry, it is a character. Now once I do this, now what is that I wanted to do? If the operator is equal to any of the given operator, then it is not an operator. In that case I will put it as not operator. So OPR. So we have given OPR. We will put it as OPR dot equals, we will try to give it something called which is R empty. In this case, what is that we wanted to ensure is your number equals to number plus button. In this case, we will put it as number equals to, that is number 2 is equals to number 2 plus button. As we don't have anything there, similarly, when you don't have anything there, in that case, if at all you give only your number 1, then in that case also you should get it as your number 1 is equals to number 1 plus your button when it is empty. When you don't give any other value, when you have only one value, in that case you will put it as button button 1 equals to button 1, sorry, number 1 equals to number 1 plus button, number 2 equals to number 2 plus button. Now we will give it as, after the else, we will put it as input dot whatever the value that we wanted to give it, we will put it as set text. So set text is given as number 1 plus operator equal to your number 2. So this is how we give it. Number 1 plus operator, sorry, number 1 plus operator plus number 2. So this is how we give it as your set text, so that the value will be placed. Now for the first if that we have got it, if it is not a number, in that case, that is your else if. Now we will try to use it else if, where if the character is used or the button is clicked, which is your cancel, which is nothing but your delete. In that case, what is that you want to perform? In that case, character, if the character is equal to your C, that is nothing but your capital C. In that case, what is that you need to do? You need to go ahead and put it as number 1 is equals to operator is equals to number 2 is equals to empty, which means whatever you have created till now, all of them should be flushed off, which means you should not have anything with that, everything should be deleted. And after that, whatever the input is there, that input dot set text should be made as your empty, so that you don't have anything in the text box. The numbers are also cleared, and also operators are also cleared, and also you don't have anything in the text box, so which is delete option. Now assume that if at all you are using something called equal to, once you plus equal to, then it should give you all the values. Once somebody is pressing equal to, then if it is performing calculation, then it should give calculation. If it is performing anything like addition, then it should give addition. If it is multiplication, it is multiplication. All that should be done. In that case, you will put it as else if the character is ch is equals to your character called equal to, if the button that is pressed is equal to, in that case, what is that you need to do is, we will have to now just go ahead and compare whether the number 1 and number 2 are equal to empty or not. If it is empty, then what is that we are supposed to do? If it is not empty, then what is that we are supposed to do? Which means, if somebody is clicking equal to before giving any operation, अगर कोई क्लिक करेगा इक्वल टू, डायरेक्टली कैलकुलेटर ओपन किया है और इक्वल टू क्लिक किया है, तो क्या होना चाहिए? सो दैट इज ऑल्सो बीइंग डन. सो अभी हम लोग करेंगे इफ number 1 is not equal to empty, that is your number 1 should not be equal to empty, which is equals empty, not equal to empty. And also the number 2 is not equal to empty, dot equals empty. In this case, in the if condition, then we will now take a double value. Why we are taking double value? Because the equal to can give division operation. Division operation can give us decimal values, because of which we will take double, a temporary variable, and then we will now try to take another double value, which will be my number 1, which I wanted to represent it temporarily, is equal to n1 is equals to, we will call it as double dot, we wanted to convert it, so which is your parse double, we wanted to parse it your number 1, whatever the string that we have it, that is converted into your double. Similarly, I will take my double n2 equal to double dot parse double, I wanted to get my number 2 also. The number 2 is also passed into a decimal. N2, that is my denominator. If it is 0, then what is that we are supposed to do? There is a division error. If the N2 is 0, then it should be a division error. We should tell that it is a division error. If 0, then we should able to execute it. Then we will put it as N2 is equal to 0. Operator, that is your OPR, is equals to, that is equals your slash. In that case, what is that we need to say? In that case, we need to say that input dot set text, we should say that the operation is division 0 error or 0 division error. We will put it as num1 plus OPR plus your num2 is equals to num2 plus. We will now try to give a string. We will call it as is equals to 0 divide error. So that denominator जब 0 होएगा तो 0 division error आएगा. That is what we are informing it. And after that we will ensure that the num1 is made as empty, num2 is the operator is also made as empty, and then your num2 is also made as empty, which is made as empty by putting it like this, so that सब कुछ empty हो जाएंगे. तो बाद में अगर वो जीरो नहीं है, n2 जीरो नहीं है, तो इन दैट केस क्या करना होगा? इन दैट केस हमको आउटपुट देना चाहिए होगा. यू शुड गिव द आउटपुट प्रॉपरली. If it is equals to plus, it should do something. If it is equals to minus, it should do something. If it is equal to slash, it should do something. It is equal to plus, it should do some operation. अभी हम लोग क्या करेंगे? इसके अंदर जाएंगे. In the else statement, we will now try to write it. If operator dot equals, if it is plus symbol, if it is your plus symbol, in that case what is that we need to do? We need to go ahead and put it as temporary. The variable temporary that we have to get is equals to n1 plus n2, because these are the double values that I have converted. Now after that, if it is not the plus symbol, then we'll put it as else if. The other operator symbol that I can have is operator dot equals, I can have the other symbol, that is your minus. So now I can consider this as minus, where I will put it again. I will put it temporary equals to n1 minus n2, right? Similarly, I will put it as else if. I will put it as operator dot equals. I will put it as my slash operator. I'll put it as slash operator, and then for this also I'll put it as temp equal to n1 by n2. Got it? And after that I will put it as else. In this I will put it as else, and I will write it temp equal to n1 into n2. Sir, why you are writing it like this, sir? Because why you are writing else here at the last with a multiplication? Because n1 into n2 and n2 into n1 are equal. But if you look at n1 by n2 and n2 by n1 are different, which means 3 by 4 is 3, sorry, 3 by 4 is not equal to 4 by 3. But your 3 into 4 is equal to 4 into 3. That is the reason why I am writing it in else, where I am not writing any condition here. Got it? So now after the else, after all the calculations are over, now I'll put it as input dot set text is nothing but the output that I am getting it. That is nothing but your number one plus operator plus your operator plus your number two. Whatever the operation that you are performing is equals to, that is you put it as plus. So this is how you use your first condition when it is equal to. It is not equal to 0 and then you use it as slash. And then similarly for this particular value, for this particular else statement, you have written it. Now for the other if, that is your if condition where it is not equal to empty and is equal not equal to empty, now we will write your else statement. So the else statement you will write it for this if not equals to empty and not equals to empty. If both of them are equal to empty, then what is that you would write? So we will put it as else and then we will start writing it in the else block. Number one is equals to operator is equals to number two is equals to empty, put dot set text is also equals to empty. Whenever there is no text, obviously we will not give anything. And we are done with this if else also. This if else, this is. Now this else is there. Else if character is equal to. And after that, we will now write the else statement for this. Now we'll write it as else for this particular if else. Now we'll write it for this particular condition where again we would write in terms of if it is both of them are equals to empty. In this case, we will put it as either of them are empty. In this case, if we will put it as operator dot equals opr dot equals empty, or we will give it as your number two dot equals empty. If either of them are equals empty. In the logic that we would write is we will simply go ahead and say the operator is equals to button, and then we will now write an else statement for this if this is not the case, which means there is some value for the operator and the second button. In that case, we'll again take the double variable as we have been doing all the earlier operations. जो भी हमारा earlier operations कर रहे थे उसी तरह ये operations पूरा हम लोग copy कर लेंगे and we will try to have the same kind of an operation. We will take it till this multiplication, we'll copy it and we will put it over here. Now we'll put it over here. We'll put it over here. Now we have got this temporary variable which is not being utilized. So what we will do, we will have to get all of them. So whatever we were getting it earlier, else में ये सब फिर से हमको लिखना होगा. You'll have to write everything as we have done it in your earlier else. Else में जैसा आप लिख रहे थे, we'll have to write all of this. Say whatever we have declared it here, that should be declared. So we will declare it here in the else. We will call it as temp and all of this, and then we'll have to put all of it. Now there we have put it as n2 and equal to slash kind of logic. You will put it over here and then we will just go ahead and put it as number one is equals to your dot, your toString, so that you get the double values of it and you put it into your temp. And after that we will put your operator is equals to your button, sorry, small b, button. And then after that you will try to make sure that the num2 is made as empty. Got it? So this you make it. Once your else is finished, this else is finished, then after that you are supposed to go ahead and close a other else statement also. So the other else statement also you are supposed to close it. And after that you will write it as your dot, your set text should be given with a value num1 plus your OPR plus your num2, so that it will print all those values into your input. With this we complete your complete calculator logic. यहाँ पे क्या चेक कर रहे हैं, अगर हमारा जब एग्जीक्यूट करते हैं, वंस यू एग्जीक्यूट योर प्रोग्राम, अगर समझो कि यहाँ पे कोई ऑपरेटर प्रेस नहीं कर रहा है, डायरेक्टली इक्वल टू दबा रहा है, इफ somebody is clicking equal to directly, what should happen? Somebody says I don't give any number, I will work with operator and give another number and give equal to, what it should do? For all that we have given the logic snuff. Now it will perform normally. Say I will put it as 9 plus 1. Once I give it as equal to, then it says 10.0. Now once I click on clear, it is gone. Now I'll put it as 1 plus 1 equals 2. It is giving me 2. Similarly, I clear it. 1 by 10. It is giving me 0.1. So all the calculations are performing normally. And also if you could see, once I click on delete, it is deleting. And my other important doubt was, once somebody clicks on equal to, then what it should do? It is not allowing me to do anything. This should be done. Similarly, once I click on, say somebody clicks on, I'll put it as cancel. Now somebody clicks on /4, then somebody clicks on equal to, then what is that I'm supposed to do? You should not do anything, but by default your system will try to calculate. Num2 is a garbage, num1 is a garbage value. If at all you give it as by 7, if at all you don't write this logic, if at all you were not writing this logic, say you were writing it as operator equal to empty and your number 2 is also equal to empty, then in that case it will consider something. So we should consider all the values. So the garbage value should not be allowed. If somebody says by 7 is equal to, if your calculator gives some value, then your calculator is not performing good. So आपको हर एक ऑप्शन को चेक करके हमारा कैलकुलेटर राइट तरह से बनाना होगा. अभी जो भी ऑपरेशन करते हो वो ऑपरेशन सही वैल्यू आता है. से 9 by 3, you will get a value 3.0. So this is how you get your calculator with the values. And if at all I divide 7 by, now see, once I click on equal to, see it is removing it. Now I'll put it as 7 by 2. Once I put it as equal to, it is 3.5. Now once I divide it, once I do it 10 by 3, then once you put it as equal to, then you see you get the exact value of it. So this is how you work with your calculator. Got it? So if you have any questions, you can please put it in your Kaizala group, and for this program I will send this program to you in your Kaizala group. You can just look at it, you can understand it. If you still have any questions, you can come back to me in the Kaizala group. सी इतना बड़ा लॉजिक लिखना होगा. सो बट इस लॉजिक में अगर आपको कुछ डाउट है तो आप अपने कैज़ला ग्रुप में पोस्ट कर सकते हो, तो आई कैन आंसर योर क्वेश्चंस, राइट. थैंक यू सो मच ऑल ऑफ यू. विद दिस वी कंप्लीट एप्लेट. सो टुमारो वी विल स्टार्ट वर्किंग विद योर जावा एक्स स्विंग्स, सो दैट दिस एंटायर थिंग्स कैन बिकम ईजी. जितना हम लोग इतना सा कर रहे थे उसमें और आसानी से कर सकते हैं. So thank you so much for listening to me. Tomorrow we'll catch up at the same time to learn more.